Hustle.
Yeah, hustle. Hustle it.
Fall downstairs.
Yeah, fall downstairs.
Oh.
That is a cool car. Yeah, I'm so happy.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, say cheese.
Oh, happy birthday, buddy.
This is nice.
How you doing?
Nice to see you.
I'll shake you with this hand.
This made the day, Chucky.
Oh, good.
Larry.
It did? All right, let's take him home.
Watch your head, just watch your head coming out.
Oopsies.
Hey, I'm not even dressed yet, but you're here. Hey.
Aww.
Oh.
Oops.
It's all fabrication.
Did I take your seat? No. Sorry about
I'll be on damn late tonight.
A son born to Greek immigrants in the fair city of Lynn, he always honored his family and always seemed to win. From Robinson Street to Etna Place, Steve grew into a respected man. He was raised so lovingly and he always had a plan. He married the beautiful Sophia, whom he had known from young. They started a family with Chucky, their devoted son. From cutting hair to the GE to feeding the staff at Suffolk Downs, he worked so very hard and he always made the rounds. With me and Kay and Cookie Puss, there was Carvel, a sweet place to work, and Steve was able to sell.
I'm not good at that. Hi. What a wonderful, wonderful time. Wonderful couple. We want to get to meet them at the dance. Music we all love. And we love Sophia. We love Steve. Thank you.
Connie, how about a message for Steve on videotape? Look right up here. Do you have one for him?
Wait, you had a speech.
Just a little. Do you want to give him a birthday message?
Absolutely. I mean, I've known Steve since I was, I don't know, 3 years old. So, and always loved him. I see those pictures at his mother's house and that handsome navy suit, you know. And what I'll always remember about Steve, he always had us laughing. The time will always saying something funny. A really hot day, he says, you can fry your eggs in my car today. You don't have to. You don't have to do it. But I've always loved you. My handsome friends. My mother My mother and his mother were good friends. And so on down the line.
Excellent.
Thank you for taking this
Yeah, of
time.
course. Thank you.
Windy and snowy day to celebrate my first 90 years of my father's life. I'd like to also thank everyone who volunteered to help put this together. You did a great job, a lot of work in the last couple of months getting everything ready. We appreciate it. And also a special thanks to Dave Whitney and his band for playing, and to Chris Alexander of Nick's Catering for the great food. I've got to tell you, I'm an extremely lucky guy to have parents like I have. You all know that. They're a special pair, and I feel proud to be their son. And my father,
What about your father?
what about him? I think he owed me $50 from the card game the other day. No, he's always been there for me. He's a guiding light. No matter what decisions I made in my life, he was always there to support me. He'd do anything I need to encourage me, and just like any.
So anyway, when he went out, my mother would make him take me with him. So here I am going out with a bunch of boys, guys, and they would go, I remember, he's loved music ever since I can remember. We would go to the Metropolitan Theater in Boston and see all the big bands. You remember that? Glenn Miller and Tommy Dorsey and all of them.
Oh, wow.
And I was there, I was all the other guys. But we had a good time. And another story I remember is, my mother loved him with a passion, didn't she? And when he was growing up, she'd call him Yokum.
Celebrate my birthday. When I got up this morning, I saw the weather, but as I look around this room is so full of love. And I want to thank you for being here. When you're 90 years old, you don't think of the future. You just think of the present, and thank God you're here, and I'm here today. It's the first time you ever been to a party at 90 years old. I was fortunate, my two parents, one was 94, the other was 93. So I had 3 birthday parties at 90 years old. I look around, I see faces. Faces I will never forget in my whole life. Now I'm going to tell you a little story. There's a friend of mine and his wife are not here today. And you know, pay attention, Barbara. I want you to listen to this. You know why they're not here today? Because they're in California attending a concert. And before he left, he said, when and if I die, there's a wake, and there's a jazz concert in town. Where would you go? She says, it all depends on the music. So anyways, listen to this. He's 78 years old, and I'm 90. I'm not gonna make his 90th birthday. So we'll read it.
You will.
Barbara and Dick, tell Jimmy I made him part of the party. Now I'm gonna quote Rocky Balboa from the movie Rocky. This is when he won the championship. And when I became 90 years old, I feel like I won the championship. I'm going to quote him now. I'm just going to change one name and use all the words. And here we go.
Here we go.
Sophia, I did it! I did it! Now I'd like to introduce you to my family. Start with my beautiful wife, Sophia. We've been married 67 years. She was there all supported me all the time, and she's still supporting me. My next is my son, Chuck. What a wonderful, wonderful son he's been to us. 6 months ago, it was his birthday, and I was over his house, and I said a few words. And I said, what a wonderful son he is, and he calls us every day. He never called us every day.
Thanks for coming, Paul.
He used to call 3 or 4 times a week. But since I said that, he calls me every day. And then I went into my beautiful granddaughter, Rosalie. There she is. Stand up, Rosalie. She was a great softball player and a great dancer, and she's danced in Las Vegas. We went there. Now I want to introduce my sister. My sister, she said 10 years, but I thought it was 9. When she was born, 10 years ago, was born in a house with a midwife and a doctor in my mother's bedroom. My mother says, Steve, come and see your sister. I went to see my sister. Nah, she looks like a Chinese baby. I said, there's no Chinese baby. I love to see my sister. I want to introduce my niece, my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful niece. We love her like a daughter, and we love her children like our grandchildren. She's there all the time. She calls us everything we need. She's there for us. We just love her. And she brought into our family a wonderful man. Her husband, Michael Wilson. Mikey, their son. Mikey, I'm so proud of this man. He did what he had to do, and he successfully graduated from college this summer. And he got a job for a clothing company. What's it, training?
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Some training, management training. I'm sorry. It's okay. And now, I'd like to introduce you to our little princess. Our little princess is Jacqueline Wilson. From the 1st grade to the 12th grade, she never got less than an A. She got 4 full-year scholarship at Endicott College. She's attending now. She's going to be a doctor. I hope to God I'm still alive. When she gives her first prescription, and I hope it isn't for me. We love you, Jacqueline. Let me see. My sister, my wife, had 3 sisters here. What are the 3 sisters?
Over there.
Over there. There's Kay, Mary, and Elaine. They're called Kay, Chicky, and Peachy. And Peachy's here with her daughter-in-law and grandchildren and her daughter. Also here today is my cousin Mary and my cousin George. Mary's here with her 2 daughters. That's not just like Gilbert. Now I want to introduce you to my friends. My friends that captured my heart before I ever met them. It's my privilege and honor to introduce to you my friends, the Canzano sisters. Canzano sisters. The 3 sisters, Cecily, Beatrice, and Violet just was born this July. Also here, their mother is from Minnesota, cold country, but she's a lovely, warm person and an excellent mother. And Richie, a wonderful father and a wonderful friend to me. Also here is Mr. and Mrs. Canzano, his father, mother. He's a lawyer, and if you need an attorney, he's the one. I'm getting there, Sophia.
It's just called Saul.
Now it's time to tell you about my life. When I was born in a house, like my sister, the midwife, the doctor. When I was born, they tell me this. My eyes were over here, my nose was over here, my mouth was over here. Turn your head. And the midwife prayed then and there that I died. The doctor took over, straightened my face up. He did a pretty good job, didn't he? When I was in the first grade. I had pains in my stomach, I was in school, and the teacher sent me home. My mother called the doctor. In those days, the doctors came to the house. He came to look at me, and my mother said I lied to him. I told him I didn't have pain, but I did. In those days, there was no prescription, no drugs. If you had a toothache, they gave you an enema. My mother gave me an enema. That's the worst thing you can do when you have appendix. She busted my appendix. They rushed me to the hospital. That's 84 years ago this happened, and I remember it. I remember that night in the hospital. I was so sick. And my mother came there with my grandfather. She said, Steve, hello to your grandfather. And I was so sick. It took so much effort for me to take my head to go over and say hello to him. And the doctor said to my mother, tonight's the night he makes me better. I made it. I'm here.
Yeah.
When I was 16, no, when I was 12, we went to Salem Willows. Had lightning and thunder, and lightning hit my arm and cut my arm. But I'm here. But I'm here. And when I was 16, I wanted to join an organization, and I had to take a physical. When I went there, I had to go to the bathroom so bad, waiting for the doctor. I went in, he said, you've got a leak in the valve of your heart. I told my mother, she sent me to the hospital, the doctor, the next day I walked 2 miles to the doctor, walked in, he said, I don't want you to play sports or dance for a year, but I'm here. And then, 18, I joined the Navy to go in World War II. I had a couple of problems in the Navy. My ship was torpedoed by a German sub. Thank God we lived to the port. And then when I was in the Pacific Ocean, my ship hit a typhoon, almost knocked it over. And I survived. And I'm here. So that's it. World War I. I look in this, out this room tonight. A lot of you, I'm never ever going to see again. Tonight to you, I say goodbye. And to all of you, wherever I go, wherever I do, I will never meet people like you. Dave Whitley, I need you. And now the end is here, and I face the final curtain. I faced it all, and I stood tall. As a birthday present to me, I want you all to stand up and sing the last line with me, Dave. I did it.
It scared me at first how he yelled at his fellow Greeks. In the process, I learned some new words that I won't repeat. But I was heartened afterward when they showed